All right, ladies and gents, this is, I don't know, it's been a year and a half of Baltimore, Washington Tech Meetup, so we've been doing it at the brewery and getting a good crowd, but we notice there's a lot of people interested in what we're doing, what we're up to, what we want to talk about, that are all over the nation. So we thought, well, we'll change the format, we'll invite people to the office. We've got a couple extras here. Not so many, so we encourage you to come to the office. By all means, we're going to keep this open. Anybody else that wants to get in the shot and talk about the ideas, by all means, we'd be happy to have you. So we picked 3 topics tonight. We're going to talk about the iPhone 4. We're going to try to pick the most current topics that there are. Then we're going to talk about Flipboard, which just came out, which is a really, really cool app for the iPad. It's a social magazine. And then lastly, we're going to talk about Star Trek and Wired magazine. Actually, we had submitted a South by Southwest presentation about things that Star Trek got right, things that Star Trek got wrong, and it's really kind of extension of Hollywood in general.
And not just got right or got wrong, but the fact that technology has caught up to what they talked about back in the 60s, back in the 90s, that sort of thing. It's kind of what is actually capable right now that seemed science fiction at the time, but is now real life and is really happening, and it doesn't stop here.
All right, great. So without further ado, we're going to start talking about the iPhone 4. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with, Antenna Gate, and then Jobs actually getting in front of everybody and announcing that there's nothing wrong with the antenna, it's purely user error. Everybody loved that one. And then when that one didn't go over so well, then he started to blame it on AT&T, saying there was a triangulation problem or something.
The algorithm to determine the amount of antenna bars in a signal strength. It was their fault. Apple was given the wrong algorithm from AT&T.
Right. And then
don't know if we buy it or not.
Yeah, and I think that one didn't go over so well. And then he tried to show that there's antenna problems with all smartphones out there. That wasn't well received. I think they're still trying, but they at least went and they issued bumpers for everybody. So you can go, I think it's not till next month, or even September.
End of September, you can get like a redemption for a free bumper. But they have released iPhone operating system 401, which corrects the algorithm for the antennas. And I have it on a 3G. I've noticed a difference that normally where I'm in a 4 or 5 bar situation, I'm not, it's down 1 or 2, and it seems to fluctuate a lot more than it did. Like the signal strength.
So you've upgraded and now it's a lower signal?
Yes, indeed. Yep.
So the upgrade, which was supposed to help the signal, lower the signal?
No. See, that's the problem. Okay, so get this. So the upgrade actually recalculated the signal strength from AT&T. So what Apple had was an incorrect algorithm that gave more bars than were actually being received by the device. So the new update gives you the most accurate amount of bars in your particular situation. So right now, apparently, in my house, I'm only supposed to receive 3, where I was having more than that before. Still, it's digital, so as long as you have 1 bar, you're connected to an antenna, you have access, but obviously that can fluctuate, and there's still a lot of debate about it. I think Apple's trying to save a lot of face, I love the iPhone, but it seems like it's not just network connection, it's device related too.
Right, obviously. So then, has anybody further done the test? Because everybody from Gus out there in Baltimore did an actual recording to show that, sure enough, if you cover up the antenna, then or cover up that bottom left-hand corner of the phone, then it'll absolutely lower the bars on you. So has anybody done a test post upgrade?
I don't know. I haven't actually followed the story too much this week, but I know that Consumer Reports, the big Consumer Reports conglomerate, said that they are not going to endorse the phone until the antenna issue is resolved, because they were the ones, you may have heard about this, they took a little piece of duct tape and put it on the very end where your pinky would be, that causes the antenna to drop dramatically. They were the ones that conducted that test and showed it. So I don't know if they've rescinded on that and said, okay, we accept the fact that an external protective case, a bumper, is going to resolve the problem, and they're going to accept that and approve it or not. I think I think ultimately the best thing is that Apple should stop production on current iPhones.
Whoa!
I think,
hey.
and I think ultimately, well, I mean, this is totally open forum, so nothing that I'm saying is like detrimental to Apple or AT&T or anything. But recently there was a report that the new white version of the iPhone 4 has been delayed again. My speculation is Jobs made a little phone call and said, "Guys, we need to fix this antenna thing. Let's push back the release date." I don't know. Totally speculating here. Totally speculating. But I think ultimately some device change needs to happen, and Apple's not going to back down. They're not going to back down, and I think everyone that is in the whole Apple Android cellular arena is going to recognize the fact that Jobs is never going to back down. He's never going to admit it. But we all also feel that a bumper is not really the solution. Adding something onto a device when the device is supposed to be perfect is not the ultimate solution. So that's just me. That's just me. I'm throwing it out there. Talk amongst yourselves. That's all I'm saying. Talk amongst yourselves.
Other things with iPhone in general. Actually, Vince and I were speaking at NAB earlier this year, and we had prepared. We were giving the presentation on Flash for the iPhone, and we've been working with Adobe for a long time. And with the new CS5, they made it so that you could actually write your code in Flash and export it for the iPhone. It was huge, and they had a competition, and there were a lot of really good apps produced. And we prepared our slides, the week before, months before, actually, the week before. And then on the Monday when we were supposed to give the presentation, that weekend, Apple changed the developer contract to say that no third-party products could be used to output apps for the iPhone.
Yep.
So we were supposed to present on how to use CS5 to release apps for the iPhone.
On a Monday, I think?
On Monday and the Saturday before, because that same Monday is when Adobe at NAB was doing the CS5 release. So that Monday we showed up to the talk and we're like, okay, we were supposed to talk about how you could use CS5 in Flash to output for iPhone, but now we're going to talk about how you can't use Flash on the iPhone. And there's still some apps getting through with like emulators and stuff, but at the end of the day, Flash just isn't allowed on the iPhone. But now, for the first time, and at the same conference, we spoke about Android and BlackBerry as well. And the previous year, Android and BlackBerry both kind of promised that Flash was going to be allowed by the fall. This was 2009. Then they said, oh, it's going to be spring. Well, finally, and I haven't really stayed hip on the BlackBerry, but I know the Evo for Android now shows Flash, and it's not just the Flash Lite player, it's the full-on Flash 10 player. So, which is really nice, because the Evo, then you go to any website with Flash and you can see the entire website.
Right.
So it's not nearly as problematic as it used to be. The other thing, now we can't show you guys, but we might splice it in when we finally put this up on YouTube. But actually my father had showed me a video, and I know it's circular in the office. But there is a great on YouTube. It's called iPhone 4 versus the HTC Evo, which is obviously the Android device. And this is a hilarious conversation that's pretty true to iPhone users. There's an iPhone user that is apparently walking into like a Best Buy, and they're in there demanding that they get an iPhone. And the Best Buy employee, which is not Best Buy, sorry Best Buy, but the Best Buy employee is saying, why would you want that iPhone? Here's 20 features on the Android that's better. And they keep reiterating, I don't care, I just want it. And it's pretty funny. I'll just play you a little bit here.
Welcome to Phone Mart. How may I help you?
iPhone 4. Where is the iPhone 4? I need an iPhone 4.
Oh, I'm very sorry, but we are currently sold out. However, we did finally get some more HTC Evos in.
What? What is that? Is it an iPhone?
No, it is that 4G phone on Sprint.
If it's not an iPhone, why would I want it?
Well, it's similar to an iPhone, but has a bigger screen.
I don't care.
The internet speeds are around 3 times faster.
I don't care.
It has a higher resolution camera on both the front and the back.
I don't care.
And it doesn't require you to be on Wi-Fi to use video chat.
I don't care.
Its battery is replaceable, as is the memory card.
I don't care.
It is highly customizable, everything from the widgets to the icons, the fonts, and even has video wallpaper.
I don't care.
The monthly bill is cheaper.
I don't care.
It fucking pays money.
Alright, so needless to say,
It can grant
this
up
is,
to 3 wishes, even
gosh,
if
I don't
one
know
of
how
those
many
wishes
minutes